Hey folks, John Keeney, aka The Radicalist, back with part two of why artistic inner conflict is such a waste of time and energy. This video that I'm sharing is from 2016, 8 years ago. It is now June 2024. I'm facing the same kinds of dilemmas, the same kinds of challenges, inner conflict. This is after 7 years of being involved in politics, kind of getting away from music. And I am 8 years older and then some. Check this out. Don't be like me. Get focused. Take care of your business. This is exclusive content for Patreon members only. Stick around. So I had been around people who were aspiring musicians for a long time. I was an aspiring musician, and even some people that I knew who were aspiring musicians are no longer aspiring musicians. Granted, I'm 48 years old, soon to be 49. I think a lot of people they gave up, got jobs, started families, and whatever, and they're fine making $100 at a cover gig. That's cool. God bless them. I'm not. I've had this little vacuum of time here because I didn't really book anything in February, just a couple little gigs, to really be like, man, I need to get my thing going. What is my thing? My thing. My thing. What's my thing? Because otherwise, I may as well go get a job or just play in cover bands and do some 40-year-old music that only people my age like anyway, and get fewer and fewer gigs and get less and less money and be bitter and post on Facebook about how new music sucks and I don't make enough money and everything sucks. Well, no. I really don't want to do that. New artists come out every day. Granted, they're not usually 48 or 49 or 50, but new artists come out every day. In this day and age, unlike 20, 25, 30 years ago, or even 10 years ago, an artist, a musical artist, has so many tools at his disposal, his or her disposal, to write music, create music, produce music, release music, promote music. You've got YouTube, you've got Bandcamp, CD Baby's been around for a long time, got us into like iTunes and into stores and stuff like that. So as an independent artist, you can produce stuff inexpensively and you can get it out there. And there are some people who me and some of my friends talk about, there's a very few of those friends, that talk about who are not very talented, but they're doing really well as musical artists because they are doing what they have to do or they want to do to be successful as musical artists instead of trying to string together 5 or 6 cover gigs in a week playing somebody else's music. Because I'm telling you, year after year after year after year, the money goes down. It doesn't go up. You might get a little bump, but it always ends up going down. There's going to be a few acts in any situation that are going to do well. And those few acts are going to eat up a lot of the opportunity for the other acts. Because if I'm a promoter or I'm a club owner, I'm going to hire the people who are going to actually bring people in. I'm going to hire people who are going to bring people in who are going to drink in my bar or buy tickets at my venue or whatever it is. So I don't care if you think you're a great guitar player or you should be in Sammy Hagar's band or whatever. If you're not filling rooms, nobody that matters cares. You gotta fill rooms. I have to fill rooms. If I want to be a successful musician, even at 48, one thing that 30 years has taught me is you got to fill rooms. Period. I don't care how you do it. You gotta fill rooms. You gotta figure out a way to fill rooms. You have to get fans. You have to get people interested in your music. And it ain't gonna happen doing some janky cover gigs with whoever will call you. Ain't gonna happen. Working a day gig and skipping from gig to gig and thinking something's gonna happen, because it ain't gonna happen. It's not. It's hard enough if you do it full time. It's hard enough already if you do it full time. I have to let go of the situations and the people that I know that I feel hold me back. This month and this space has given me an opportunity to think about what I am doing. Nobody's saying to John, don't do that. That's me. John, write songs, put them out. Nobody said, don't do that. I will tell you, as a number of my friends will attest to, that if I put up a pretty kitty cat picture or video, you get like 40 likes. But if you put up, hey, I just released a new single that I wrote, produced, recorded, and posted, did all the artwork, took me hours and days and months to get it done, I get maybe 3 likes. Because people don't appreciate the work that goes into trying to create something. Music has become cheapened, and a lot of musicians are guilty of the same thing. I admit I don't go to a lot of shows. What I have done is I have been playing lots of cover gigs. It seems like everybody I know plays cover gigs. That's not a concert. That's not original music. It's not the music business. So I have gotten in the habit of somehow the circles I'm around are people doing cover music, making the same money they did last year and the year before and the year before and the year before, doing the same songs, 40-year-old songs. Why don't people still like the 40-year-old songs? I don't get it. Sammy Hagar! Because people who buy music are freaking 25 and 18. There are kids. They don't listen to the same music that we do. They shouldn't. Sometimes a little bit. But in general, why does Taylor Swift sell albums? Because she's the age of people who buy albums, and she writes stuff that people that buy albums want to hear. It's just a fact. So, hate on the Grammys. Hate on new music. They suck. Beyonce sucks. Coldplay sucks. Bruno Mars sucks. Why did they have Carlos Santana on there? They've had the Rolling Stones. They've had the Who. Bruno Mars and Beyonce and Coldplay, they all had, not collectively, they've each had like 30 years in the business. That's 90 years collectively. They're not new artists. They have strings of hits and hits for years and years. They're very talented, successful players. If you have any interest in music as a business, you have to appreciate that. Because I'm going to guess dollars to no nuts. If I heard it from you, you're playing friggin' bar gigs for $100. So shut up. Try to have a little appreciation for somebody that's actually trying to do something that's maybe 10 or 15, 20 years younger than you. You ain't Taylor Swift. She won't even call you to play in her damn guitar or play in her band. Because you ain't good enough. You're fat and you're middle-aged and you're old and nobody cares. It's a fact. So shut up. There are some cats that maybe some of us know, that I know, who are middle-aged, and they play in bands like, let's say, Guns N' Roses. STP, those guys are my age. They're really good. They still play. They still tour. And they don't look like the fat middle-aged guy next door mowing the damn lawn. Check yourself. You're not that cool. You're not that important. You're playing $100 cover gigs. I'm not going to let myself do that. Because that's what I've done to myself. Stupid. Stupid. So I am charged with getting myself together. If I want to be a recording artist and do what other people do, I have to do it. I have to get fans. It's not y'all's fault. It's my fault. You can't blame heroin on making you an addict. But you can't quit heroin if you don't get away from the heroin. You can't blame your buddy. Can't blame the neighbor. You got to take personal responsibility. Improve the quality of the people that you're around, and rebuild your life. I love all of y'all. I really do. But I don't want to hear, man, here's one of my friends that I was in a band with 30 years ago. John, we are too old too fat, we will never make it. Dude plays around all the time. Do I look too fat? Man, I go to the gym 4 days a week. Not too fat. And I'm not too old. Jay-Z's younger than me. Not much younger than me. STP, my age. Yes, they built a career when they were young like I was. But that's not to say that I can't get in there. If I do something worthwhile and I build an audience, that I can't do that too. But it ain't gonna happen in some rinky-dink bar on a Friday night for $100. My fault. My fault. Gotta open the eye and see. And see. John King, Vegas Keeney, ranting. Kind of to myself. But if you want to do something in your life, my wife just got her stockbroker's license. She spent 24 hours a day studying for months to get those licenses. You have to do the work. You have to put in the time. Stay home. Pick up your instrument. Turn on the computer. Open the book. Do the work. Because a lot of cats are just, even they got that opportunity, they're going to go sell cell phones for the same janky money they had before because they just couldn't discipline themselves to study, and they couldn't see the vision of, if I put more time into this, that I can make a lot of money, that I can be successful. It's easier to say, you just can't do it, I'll just go back and sell cell phones. You just can't do it, but I can make $100 or $75 playing ZZ Top on a Friday night. Wah! Maybe apples and oranges, I don't know. I think I'm being kind to say that's apples and oranges, because it ain't. I need to put in the work. I've already put in probably 20,000 hours. Not 10,000, 20,000. Maybe I need to do 10,000 more, or I could just go sell cell phones or slice sandwiches. That's up to me.